Hello student, in today's video we are going to study about the dentition in mammals. Okay, the teeth and the dentition, the different type of teeth, the dentition, and this dentition or the type of teeth is the important characteristic features of class Mammalia. Has the most of the classification is actually carried out by the type of dentition the organism have. Okay, the hard and usually pointed structure connected to the jaw bones in a buccal cavity of the vertebrates are known as teeth. The structure, kind, number, and the arrangement of the teeth are collectively referred to as a dentition. Okay. Teeth are found among fishes, amphibians, and reptiles too, but they are also known to have been present in the ancestral birds, but they are most highly specialized in mammals. Teeth are a rule present in the foetal as well as the teeth are the present in the fetus as well as in the adult conditions of the mammals. In such cases, they are never found on the palatal bones, but they are always present on the premaxillae, maxillae, and mandibles. And unlike those, it is in a lower vertebrate. What happened? There are different there are differential parts. Okay, that forms and are present, and the function and their function varies. For example, in our last during our first year we have already studied about the invertebrates and the mouth parts of invertebrate. For example, in arthropods, the insects. Yeah, so there are maxillae, premaxillae, mandibles, then labrums are there that act as the mouth part of the mouth part of the invertebrates. Yeah, similarly, this mouth part have been uh, modified. Okay, and a hard pointed structure has been formed on the lower jaw. Okay, and this refers to the teeth. The main function of the teeth is it is a primary function of the teeth is to grasp and hold the prey of food in the mouth cavity. Teeth are modified to serve as a grinding mill for chewing the food. Teeth may serve as a weapon for offense and defense by working as a tearing organs. So this is the three important function that is carried out by the teeth. The first is the grasp and hold the prey or the food in the buccal cavity. Second is the grinding mill. It acts as a grinding mill, that is grinding of the food or the prey. Okay. Then third is the it acts as a weapon in the offense and defense. For example, tusk of walrus. Okay, which is the modified canine, but it plays important role during fighting time. Okay, then significance of teeth are the characteristic of the mammals, and their classification is based largely on their dentition. Thus, the study of the dentition is important for the taxonomic work of the mammals. The number of the teeth present gives an idea of the approximate age of the mammals. It also help in deciding the pedigree and the ancestry of the certain mammals. So by studying the dentition of a particular mammal, you can also bring about the study of the pedigree and the ancestry. Okay, so this is the three significance of the teeth. First is that it is an important characteristic features for carry about classifications of mammal class Mammalia. The number of teeth present in a given particular mammal gives an idea of approximate age of the mammals. Then third is the dentition help in deciding the pedigree and the ancestry of the certain mammal. So this is about the significance of the teeth. There are also a toothless mammals which are found, that is most of like some mammals, for example monotremes, okay, platypus and all, we have studied that that are restricted to the American continent, American African continent, yeah, sorry, American and Australian continent, yeah, that is anteaters, platypus, they are in which there are entirely absent of the teeth, okay. For example, in spiny anteaters, there is no teeth are found at any stage of life, okay. A secondary toothless condition occurs in some mammals, like in platypus, the embryonic teeth are replaced in an adult by a horny epidermal plates, but no through teeth are present. The through or the great anteater also has no teeth, okay. Even other anteaters like armadillos and certain other forms possess teeth, but they are imperfect structures differing from the typical mammalian teeth, okay. So this is about the toothless teeth. So there are two type of teeth, epidermal teeth and the through teeth, okay. Teeth refers to the horny projection of the stratum corneum, okay. For example, the beak of the turtles, birds, okay. Whereas the through teeth are referred to be evolved from the bony scales and it composed of crown, neck and root, that is for example in the vertebrates, that is for mammals, okay. Now there are morphologically the teeth can be distinguished into two types, homodont and heterodont. Homodont teeth in vertebrates other than mammals, all the teeth present are similar in shape and size. They are said to be an homodont or the isodont teeth. And among mammals, only certain cetaceans have homodont dentition, that is the teeth which are all similar in shape, okay. The number of teeth in the homodont mammal varies between 2 to 200, okay. And in certain mammals such as toothed whales, dolphins, armadillos, the teeth become secondary, uniform or homodont, okay. Then next type of teeth is the heterodont type of teeth. Mammalian teeth are characteristically heterodont, that is dissimilar in a shape, size and function. The heterodont dentition commonly include four kinds of teeth such as incisors, canine, premolars and molars. And the differentiation of this type of teeth depends upon the nature of a food eaten or consumed by an organism and the manner of procuring or securing it, okay. The teeth are further classified based on an attachment to the jaw, okay. The manner of attachment of a teeth at their base with the jaw bone varies throughout the vertebrates, and based on this characteristic the teeth are further classified into three types, that is acrodont type, pleurodont type and thecodont type, okay. The acrodont type is the condition occurs in most of the vertebrates in which the teeth are attached to the crest of the jaw bone, or it is attached to the free surface or summit of the jaw bone, for example in a shark or the frog, okay. and such type of teeth are apt to break off easily but are replaced also. So it is not so strong, it get broken down easily and it get replaced also fast. Okay. The next type of teeth is the pleurodont type. Under the pleurodont condition, this type of condition occurs commonly in urodels or in lizards, okay, wherein teeth are attached to the shells like indentation on the inner margin of a jaw bone. With the help of this, their bases as well as on one side. Acrodont or the pleurodont teeth are rootless teeth, so that nerves and the blood vessels enter the pulp cavity along lateral side of the base of the tooth. Okay. So here the roots. So first tooth, that is acrodont and pleurodont type of tooth, will be having a rootless teeth. Will be referred to as a rootless teeth. And hence the nerves and the blood vessels will be directly entered into the pulp cavity and at the base of the, and it merges with the base of the tooth. Okay. Whereas the thecodont tooth type of teeth are found in some fishes, crocodilians, and mostly in the mammals. The teeth are thecodont type, that is, this type of teeth will be having a root, that is, one or more roots will be present, and these roots are embedded in a socket called as the alveoli or the theca of the jaw bone. It will be having a crown that will project above the socket. In mammals, the roots of the thecodont teeth are longer, and this may be open or closed. In an open type of pulp cavity has a wide opening or the root canals will be present, and such teeth continue to grow throughout the life by the addition of dentition. For example, they will be having incisors of the rodents. So, for example, the incisors of the rodents, tusk of the elephant will be having or will grow grow their teeth throughout their life. Okay? And most of the teeth are of the closed type, in which the opening of the pulp is very small and serves only for the passage of blood vessels and nerves, and such type of teeth will do not grow after reaching a certain age or size. Okay, so thecodont teeth is further classified into two, that is open type and closed type. Open type will be tooth will be having a cavity which is small and will be only forms the passage for blood vessels and nerve. So the teeth will stop growing at the certain age or when the teeth reaches a definite size. Whereas in the closed type, what happens? In closed type the growth is restricted, whereas in open type what happens, the growth is continuous. Okay, for example, the incisors of the rodent, the tusk of elephant is an example of open type of teeth in which the pulp cavity has a wide opening or it forms a root canal, and from this the teeth continue to grow throughout the life. Okay, so this is about the type of teeth based on the attachment of the jaw. Okay, the next is type of teeth based on the replacement in a lifetime. Okay, so according to this, the permanence or the replacement, also referred to as a succession, the teeth fall into three categories. polyphyodont, diphyodont and monophyodont. Okay, the polyphyodont is the most of the found in the lower vertebrates. The teeth are being constantly replaced an indefinite number of a time during life. That is, the succession are numerous and continuous throughout the life. Such a condition is known as polyphodont, and this type of teeth is not found in mammals. Okay. The next one is the diphodont. In the diphodont, what happens? In most of the mammals, there are only two succession. That is, teeth develop during life in two successive sets, and this condition is known as diphodont. Teeth of the first set are called as a deciduous, that is lacteal or the milk teeth. Okay. They are usually erupt after birth and they are replaced by a permanent set of teeth. In many mammals such as guinea pigs, milk teeth develop and are lost before birth, whereas the milk dentition has no molars included. Later, milk teeth are replaced in the adult by a permanent set of teeth which last throughout the life. And if they lost this teeth, the permanent if any of the teeth from the permanent set of the tooth is lost, then it will not get replaced. Okay. In Cape anteaters, milk teeth outnumber the permanent teeth, whereas the next type of teeth is the monophodont type. In some mammals such as platypus, marsupials, moles, cetaceans, that is also refers to as a toothless whale, will have only one set of teeth which is developed, and this set of teeth is referred to as a monodont teeth. Okay, or monophodont condition. Okay. So this is the three type of teeth based on a replacement in their lifetime. Okay. Then we'll see teeth in mammals. Has the teeth in mammals consist of two sets of teeth, that is diphodont type. It will be having a milk teeth which will be replaced at the adulthood by a permanent set of teeth. And in the permanent set of teeth, they will be having an incisors, canine, premolars and molars. Okay. So in different mammals, they will be having a different in different mammals, the different kinds of teeth may be found, and this variation of forms and functions and structures varies as per their it is correlated directly with the feeding habits and the type of food they eat. Okay. So based on this, we'll see the incisors. Incisors are the front teeth borne by a premaxillae in the upper jaw and the tips of the dentaries in the lower jaw. Okay. They are single rooted, monocapsid and long, curved and sharp edged. They are adapted for seizing, cutting and biting type. So incisors are the front teeth which will be borne by the premaxillae in the upper jaw and the tips of the lower jaw. Okay. They are single rooted, monocapsid speed and long, curved and sharp with a sharp edge. Okay. And they are adapted for seizing, cutting and biting type. Incisors are sometimes totally absent in some of the mammals, for example in sloths, and sometimes they are partially absent, that is, they will be present in the upper jaw, for example in a cow, giraffe, that is referred to as a artiodactylus, okay, where the incisors of a lower jaw bite against a calops paired in the corresponding region of the upper jaw. The next example is the incisors are small in carnivorous, that is the animals like cat, tiger, dog, the incisors will be small, okay, where they are used in a limited way, whereas in the insectivorous what happen, the upper and the lower incisors are elongated and work like a pair of forceps to catch hold of the active prey, okay. And in rodent, for example in squirrels and rat, the incisors have a great function, important because they constantly used for gnawing at a hard vegetable matter, so they have been well developed or with the very sharp edge, it is present in a rodent, okay. Then next type of teeth is the canine. The canines are present in the majority of the mammals and they always have a conical pointed, elongated, single rooted crowns, and they are used for piercing and tearing type. A single canine tooth occurs in each half of the each jaw, just outside the incisors, whereas the upper canines are the first teeth on the maxillae. Okay, in carnivores, the canine teeth assume a great functional importance because this animal they tend to become a larger and much stronger, and to serve this function, that is for the piercing and tearing of the flesh of the prey, it has been very well developed in a carnivorous animal, whereas in walrus only the upper canines develop into the enormous offensive tusk. In herbivorous animal, on the other hand, the canines are of relatively less importance because they feed on leaves and all, na? So it doesn't play much important role. So it is present, but they are much less developed than those of the carnivorous. Okay, wherein some artiodactyla, that is for example the cow and giraffe, the canines are absent only in the upper jaw, whereas in rats, that is in rodents, they are entirely absent, okay, from both the jaws. Even in elephants, the canines are absent, okay. Then remaining type are the premolars and molars. This premolars and molars is also referred to as a chick teeth, and canines are further followed by a premolars, and premolars will be followed by the molars, okay. And this both type of teeth collectively referred to as a chick teeth, okay? Their crown have broad surfaces with ridge. Their crown have a broad surfaces with ridges and tubercles meant for crushing, grinding and chewing, okay. Premolars usually have two roots and two cusps, and they are represented in milk dentation. Molars are generally have more than two roots and several cusps, and they do not have milk predecessors, that is the molars will not be found during the milk in between the set of the milk teeth, okay. So they are found in the permanent teeth only, whereas the premolars are present in a milk teeth, okay. The chick teeth are used for the chick teeth is used for the grinding, crushing and chewing, na? So it is also referred to as a grinding teeth, and they are the teeth which shows a great amount of variations in their forms and structure. The variety of numbers and the arrangement of the cusps and the ridges at the apex of the crown, and the number of cusps of the chick teeth may vary from one to many. So based on this, there are like varieties or numbers vary as per their presence of cusp at the chick teeth. Okay. For example, in carnivores, last premolars in a upper jaw and a first molar in a lower jaw may have very sharp cusps for cracking bones and shearing tendons, and these are also called as a carnassial teeth. Okay, so premolars and molars of the carnivores are also referred to as a carnassial teeth, that is CARNASSIAL. Okay, whereas in lemurs, first premolars are like canine, whereas in the crab eater seal, okay, molars bears denticulate process to strain planktons, whereas in higher primates, that is for example in men's, like, okay, human beings, last molars is called wisdom tooth, okay, and its eruption may be delayed or it is imperfectly formed or absent in some men. Okay, so this is about the modification of the teeth in a different members of mammals. Okay, now we will see about the dental formula. Okay, so dental formula is one of the important characteristic of the mammalian dentition, because what happened, the teeth in a many particular species is so surprisingly constant that it is considered to be a great significance in classification. The number of each type of teeth of mammals or dentition is expressed by a dental formula. The dental formula is expressed as the number of different types of teeth in one half of the upper jaw, and it is written above the line, while the number of teeth of one half of the lower jaw is written below the line. That is, dental formula equals to number of teeth in one half of the upper jaw divided by the number of teeth in same half of the lower jaw, that is the incisors, canine, premolars, molar of the upper jaw divided by incisors, canine, premolar, molar of the lower jaw of the same side. Okay, and after multiplying this two, the answer with the multiply the answer with the 2, then you will get the whole dental formula of a particular mammal. That is, since two half of each jaw are identical, so what happened, only the teeth of one side are recorded, and those of the upper and the lower jaw are separated by horizontal line, and kind of teeth are denoted by their initial letters, that is I, C, PM, M. I is for incisor or represents incisor, C represents canines, PM represents premolar, and M will represent molars. And this whole, the 4 alphabets I, C, PM and M should be in smaller case. Okay, that is I should be small I, C small c, PM for premolar, it should be smaller PM, and M should be smaller m. Okay. Number of teeth shown in the formula then multiplied by the 2 and gives the total number of teeth of a particular species. A typical mammalian dentition includes 44 permanent teeth, which are, for example, shown as 3 by 3, that is for incisor, 1 by 1 for canine, 4 by 4 for premolar, and 3 by 3 for molar. That number multiplied by 2 will give you 44. So to simplify further, it is for example, in a given in the given slide there is one formula, that is 2 by 2, that is incisors, 1 by 1 is canine, 2 by 2 is premolar, and 3 by 3 is a molar. Upper one above the line will depict the number of teeth in a half of the upper jaw, and below the lower one, below the line, okay, horizontal line, the 2 1 2 3 will be depicting the teeth present on a half of the lower jaw. Okay, and after this so total number of teeth on the upper jaw is 8, plus down lower jaw it is 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay, so 16 multiplied by 2 is 32. Okay. So this is a dentary formula of the monkey. Okay. Similarly, you can for the homework you can try the dental formula of a dog. Okay, dog has 3 or else you can just note down. For the dog, the teeth are at the upper jaw, half upper jaw is 3, 1, 4, 2 divided by 3, 1, 4, 3. So tell me, then you need to WhatsApp me the number of teeth in a dog. Similarly, in cat also, please note down 3, 1, 3, 1 divided by 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, I'll message even I'll give you more examples later, like I'll WhatsApp in the group. Okay, for example of rat, horse, squirrels and all. Okay, if you have any question regarding this topic, then please let me know, student. Okay, because it is one of the important topic. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.